Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, I'll explain about the special cases in LP model. Okay, there are four special cases that may occur in solving LP problems. Number one, an infeasible problem. Number two, an unbounded problem. Number three, an alternate optimal solution. And number four, degeneracy. So these all four cases might happen in graphical solution and also simplex solution. Okay, number one, we have an infeasible problem. So LP problem with no feasible solution. Okay, look at example 3.8. So we have maximization problem. Then constraint number one, we have equation with less than sign. Then equation number two, we have constraint with larger than sign. Okay, so after we plot all the constraints on the graph, so we have to find the feasible region. Okay, so based on equation 1, constraint number 1, we know this is constraint number 1. Okay, so as you can see, we have less than sign. That means the region might be here, should be here. Then constraint number 2, the region will be here. That means no feasible solution of all constraints. So we can say this solution is no feasible solution. Okay. Next, for simplex solution, an infeasible problem exists when the final tableau, okay, so this is the final tableau. Why we say that this is final tableau? Okay, because all values in Cj minus Z0 are 0 and negative, because we know the tableau is optimal when all values in Cj minus Z0 are 0 and negative. Okay, so based on this tableau, we can say this is the optimal tableau. But in basic variable column, so we still have artificial variable. We do not want artificial variable exist in basic variable column for optimal tableau. That's why we put the highest cost for artificial variable, because we do not want the artificial variable exist in basic variable column. Because if it exists, that means the solution is infeasible solution. Okay, then go to number 2, case number 2. Unbounded problem. So the objective function value for maximization problem gets very large without bound. That means unbounded problem only exists for maximization problem. Okay, so example 3.9. Okay, here we have maximization problem. Then we have 4 constraints. That means first step, we have to plot all constraint on the graph. Okay, so here constraint number 1, we have larger than constraint. Constraint number 2, we have larger than constraint. Okay, so we can say the region for both constraints here. So first constraint will be here. Second constraint here. So feasible region should be here. Okay. So for non-negativity constraint means the region must be positive area. Okay, so x1 larger than 0 here. So the solution area, then x2 larger than 0. So here is x2 larger than 0. So the solution area is here. Okay, that means the feasible solution, the overlapping area of all constraints is the black color. Okay, so now after we plot and we identify the feasible region, so we will find the optimum point. So the optimum point here, since the objective is maximization problem, we want the point will give us the maximum z. That means in this case, if you use corner point solution, that means there are only 2 points give you the point bounded your solution area 1 and 2. So there is here there is no point for here, because actually this is unbounded area. Okay, so we can identify which one will give us the optimum point, will give us the maximized z. Okay, that's why the solution is unbounded. Okay, then for number 2, for simplex method, so an unbounded problem is detected when all entries in the pivot column are non-positive. Okay, so first step in simplex method, after we put all the values in the simplex table, we will calculate the we will identify the variable out from the table. Okay, so in this case, as we can see, okay, as we know, the simplex will optimal when all values in Cj minus Z0 are 0 and negative. But here the positive number still exists. That's why the table is not optimal yet. Okay, first step, we will identify the largest positive value in Cj minus Z0. So in this case, 6 is the largest value, so S2. So in next table, S2 should be entered into basic variable column. Okay, once S2 enter into basic variable column, so one of the variable here must leave. So which variable should be leave from here? So we will calculate ratio. So the ratio here, actually the calculation of ratio here is a right hand side value, this number, divide by number in pivot column. So we call this column is as pivot column. So 8 divided by -1, so the answer is -8. 12 divided by -3, the answer is -4. Okay, so which one will leave the basic variable column? It depends on the smallest non-negative number for ratio. So here in ratio column, so we have -8 and -4. We only choose the positive number, the smallest non-negative number. Okay, so since the both value are negative, so there will be no leaving variable. Then we will conclude the solution is unbounded. Okay, Okay, number 3, alternate optimal solution. LP problem has more than one optimal solution. So if just now we have unbounded solution and also infeasible solution. That means there is no solution for that cases. But the other two, we have optimal solution. Okay, so for alternate optimal solution, that means we have more than one alternate optimal solution. Okay, look at example 3.10. Okay, so we have constraint. We plot and we find the feasible region. So the black color is the feasible region. So to find the optimum point, so we use corner point solution. That means there are 4 corner point solution. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, find the coordinate for this point. So here we have 0, 0. Then here 30, 0. Here 0, 20. And also here is 20, 10. So you can find this coordinate using simultaneous equation or on using calculator or manual. Okay, or by using graph. Okay, so after that we will substitute all these coordinates into the objective function. Okay, so the first one z0, 1800, 1800, 1800. So our objective is maximization problem. So we should choose the maximum z. So here the maximum z, we have 2 values. That means we have more than one solution. So 2 corner points having the same maximum value indicate the LP problem has alternate optimal solution. So optimal solution, so state the optimal solution. So x1 equals to 30, x2 equals to 0, then z equals to 1800, or x1 equals to 20, x2 equals to 10, so z same as the other 1800. So here provide greater flexibility to the decision maker. That means you can choose either you want to produce 30 x1 and 0 x2 or 20 x1 and 10 x2. So both will provide the same answer. Okay, next. Okay, for simplex method, alternate optimal solution is detected if the final tableau, okay, so the keyword here final tableau, has Cj minus Zj value equal to 0 for a non-basic variable. Okay, so basic variable are x1 and x2. So here we have s1 and s2 are non-basic variable. So look at for non-basic variable s1 and s2 and look at in value in Cj minus Z0. So here 0 exists for non-basic variable. So we can say the solution is alternate optimal solution. Okay, so that means the alternate optimal solution is here. Okay, the last special case is degeneracy. Special case number 4. So we usually we call a redundant constraint for graphical method. Then for simplex method we call degeneracy. So okay, first we look at for graphical solution. So a redundant constraint is one that does not affect the feasible solution region. Okay, example 3.11. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 constraint. So plot all constraint on the graph, then find the feasible region. So now 2x1 plus x2 less than or equal to 120. That means the region here. Then number 2 here. Number 3, x1 less than 70 should be here. So we can say the feasible region is the black color. Okay, so as you can see, so either this constraint exists or does not exist, so the solution will still here. Okay, it does not change. So we still have optimal solution. So you will solve using corner point solution, 1, 2, 3 points. Then find the coordinates and substitutes into objective function. So the solution should be the maximum Z because the objective is maximization. But this constraint x1 less than 70 does not affect the solution area. So you have optimal solution, but at the same time we have special case which is redundant constraint. Okay, so the last one, degeneracy for simplex method. So degeneracy is detected when more than one row has similar non-negative numbers ratio. Okay, so if you remember just now, I said first step we will find the largest positive number in Cj minus Z0. So 80 is the largest positive number. So that means x1 will enter into basic variable column in next tableau. So when x1 enter into basic variable column, so S1, S2 or S3 will leave from this column. So which one should be leave from this column? So we will calculate ratio. So to calculate ratio, right hand side value divide by number in pivot column. So this is pivot column. Since we choose 80 is the largest positive number. So as you can see, so here 60, 70 and 60. Okay, so to identify which one is pivot row, so pivot row means that variable will leave from the column. So to choose, to identify which one is pivot row, so we will choose smallest non-negative number. So here we have two smallest non-negative. That means 60 and 60. So you can choose either one. You can choose S1 as a living variable, or you can choose S3 as living variable. Okay, so choosing row S1 as the pivot row produce the following tableau. So this example shows this is pivot row. Okay, so S1, so in this tableau, so S1 change with X1. Okay, so degeneracy causes a basic variable to have zero value. In the second iteration, the basic variable S3 equals to 0. Okay, so basic variable X, in this case, basic variable X1, S2 and S3. So here S3 is basic variable, but the value in the right hand side value is 0. So it's not wrong, it's still true, but we have the special case that we call as degeneracy. Okay, So that's all for today. That's all for today. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.